Okay, we're taking a look at the new summer event that they've got here for Neverwinter. It's the same summer event basically that they always have. Here we have a beautiful summer sunset and the area leading into it. Of course, there's all these summer feasts, lots of watermelon and things ready to go, and gonna have that 4th of July picnic type of atmosphere. Inside of it, you can get one of these translucent water horses, which it doesn't show the effect now, but when you get them running, there's actually 3 that come running out, and they look like horses running through water. It's incredible. But there's also 2 different types of snail, the original and the newer one here, or whichever way it went around. But so there's things that you can buy in here, and of course watermelon sorbets and all that. You can end up getting a lot of piñatas, and then if done right, you can get a whole lot of sorbet or whatever you need out of it. There's a lot of fireworks and things and stuff like that that you can get out of it. A full Sunite gear. It doesn't appear that there's anything new. Plus there's little transmogs for your main and offhands here, which make it look like a farmer's scythe. There's certain things. And there's ones for exclusive characters, like for my hunter, I've got my farmer's bow is made out of a pickaxe, and then somehow my daggers, if you will, or blades, are turned into farmer's hand forks. You can also get Sunite gear. Let's see if it'll give you a good idea what it looks like somewhat. So clothing, and you can also get chef's hats. Isn't that cool? And it's the forest flail snail that you can get. There's also the famous pig that we always had that people used to run around and try to screw each other on. Now you get all of these things from petals, but then there's tribute, which is your daily amount. You get 1 per day in doing it, and you end up, if you do all of the days, you end up getting a fungal flail snail and so on. And if you look, there's 21 of them, so you have to actually do it every day. Well, there's a problem with that this year, and quite often there are problems with it. In fact, there were problems right off the bat whenever they first put this event out. Let me go via travel post, and I'll go here to, well, it should have been right there. There it is, Summer Festival. It's over here off in the hills and stuff. So we're going to go see what this looks like. For the current problem is that you can't do your daily thing to get your saha ball, which is what you do in this event that is so special that people try to farm and do things with. And if you can't do it, then it sucks. So you talk to this girl, she gives you one little quest, and you can go around doing all kinds of events, such as killing all the trolls that are coming in and trying to steal your food there. There's a water balloon fight going on down there. There's stuff you can buy from these vendors. There's everybody getting jiggy with it. Yeah. And you'll see these people, they're all up under the bridges because they're actually popping the events and the saha balls. Now what happens is you come to this little guy right here, and you do it each day, and you can either do an event up here and fight, and which is kind of like volleyball, if you will, and that is saha ball, or you can go around and collect these certain plants, which this is one but not active because I don't have the quest. And these purple plants, you collect them. I think it's 6 or 8 that you get. I think it's 6, and then you have enough to make your saha ball. And so you have to make cloth to make the saha ball out of, and then taking the 3 cloths together and doing another, you end up making the ball. Well, so here's your professions. And so here we have all the things that you could make out of stuff that you get out of the event. In fact, you can get temporary pants and shirt, but they're just temporary. You can make that saha ball, but if you'll look, it requires 3 sailcloth, and that's in red. We don't have that. Oh, well, he gives you the stuff out of the flax to make it, right? And so here we have the flax fiber and the summer linseed oil. So all we have to do is put it in an artisan and we contract it. And I've already got an artisan. I got the very first year. In fact, I've had it every year since. But lo and behold, it says I don't have an artisan. Well, that's impossible. I've already got the artisan, and you're not going to take it away from me and ruin the event. Oh, yes, you are. Well, how could that be possible? I'm sure they wrote something in there that says, hey, people going into the new event, you'll automatically get it like everyone did. But of course, there would be nothing written in there to say, well, if you had one, but here we go with Neverwinter. Now, I'm unsure about this, but I'm pretty positive there's a way to write in it to where no matter what, there she is. You get one. In fact, it's just there. You put a girl standing there and you click on her and she goes, I'm yours. Or you go to your actual workshop that they've created for you, which you had to do last year, all different. You couldn't just do it. If you didn't have your professions all the way up, you would have to go to your stronghold or your workshop and do the little thing, which is just going in and out, and depending on how many people you got, what a nightmare. But lo and behold, I don't seem to have any artisan anymore. It's like they took it away, and there is no artisan to be found. And we're at 3 o'clock in the morning here, people, and just got up to check and see, did they fix it? And everybody said, nope, Neverwinter, shake my head, sad. And what's sad is everybody that just started playing the game as of last year after the summer event to now all got to get their person pa-ping like everybody's supposed to. But all the people that have been playing and already have that artisan, guess what? She doesn't exist. You can't get her in Ruin. So, no Saha Ball for you. Some people say it's a ploy just to try to make you fidget because you wanted it so bad. Other people are saying, no, this is just Neverwinter. I'm purposely screwing it up because there's no way they could have screwed it up. You already had the artisan. Let's go to the workshop here real quick and I'll show you. As soon as it came out and everybody started going, well, what the hell's the deal and stuff, everybody went to the workshop and they said, you could do it from the workshop. Sadly, that's not true at all. She is not in your workshop in any way, shape, or form. If you talk to this guy, he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about. You've got to go talk to this other lady. That's a part of part 3. And if you come in here and you go to your workshop, you get 3 new applications. If you click on them, that's not the person we're looking for. Well, let's decline. They're going to give it to me, right? No, this is a tailor. Okay, well, no, this guy too, and I've got all better ones than this, so why would I do it? So they can't even put her in here automatically to where she comes out if you've got one. And then just write in a code says, if you've got one, you can't get this. See how that works? No, somebody wrote it in the code, if you've got one, ruin, ruin, giggle, let's go through the whole weekend and ruin the event. Isn't it great? You've got to love it. So anyhow, there's a lot of stuff that you can get out of the event if you can actually do it. Now, you can still do the other little events on the side, but those get boring and taxing real quick. And if knowing the fact that, well, they've got a kiddie ride and you can pet the goats and a magical roller coaster that no one can ride, it really kind of ruins everything. We will hope that in the morning here in just a few hours, somehow magically people fix this, but it won't be then. It'll have to be some kind of hot fix that they put in, and I'm just guessing they're gonna have to extend the vent, because you see, you could never get the flail snail getting 1 per day tokens, and you couldn't even get the thing. Or is that the trick, where it takes 21 and we're just going to give you 20 days and again? This has gotten past old. And what's sad is a few of us talk about it, and just there's almost no way that this could have happened unless they wrote some code in there that purposely made it happen. And then, of course, they could have checked very easily by anybody that's got an account and loaded it up on their server and said, okay, well, let me make sure I can go get my saw ball. And they didn't even do something that simple, something that takes about 4 minutes. And so 4 minutes has cost thousands of people their whole day worth of usage. But worse than that, I've had a few friends that haven't been on in months that jumped on for the event because they still got their thing and the keys. They'd had bought it for forever, even though they don't play anymore. And they thought they would just jump on and do the thing. They jump on and they go, I'm back, da da da. And first thing off, Neverwinter. Looky, it's the ruiner. It doesn't let anybody do a D. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic. And by kinda, I mean, oh my God. So anyhow, we can only hope that what they do is extend the event and or give you automatic 2 Saha balls or whatever they want to do for it. It really doesn't matter. The first year, uh, tell you something here that most people don't know. The first year when it came out, the Saha balls would auto explode and give you the regular stuff that they're supposed to give, right? But you could get them stuck up under the bridge. In fact, they found out about this years ago, and they just let it go ahead and happen now because they pissed everybody off by ruining everything they set up to do. It was kind of weird, but they set up the whole event, and then there's these extra Saha balls that you can get. Oh, let me see if I show them to you real quick. There's these extra Saha balls that you can get. I know I've got some. Like these right here. Blue Beholder Saha ball. And this is a ball that you can put in your HUD over here, like your horn or a healing potion and stuff, and you can start playing it. Now, if somebody doesn't keep the ball up in the air, it just goes pew and explodes, and it's no big deal. But the first year that when we came out, right off the bat, within the first hour, we were trying to do it, and we ended up getting him pinned up against a wall and hitting it, and therefore every time we could get it to work until it explodes. Then we figured out people could throw their ball over their shoulder and you'd get more than one going and it would still work. This is an amazing adventure, right? Then we figured out, we went back to the main place to grab some new people that were just getting on and first morning coffees. And when we did, we were telling them about the event, and some guy that we know also jumped in, and he's the guy that knows everything, right? And he jumped in, and he didn't know anything that we do. But what he did know is that he, by himself, got one by kicking it around, stuck up under a bridge, and then he went and kicked it, and he got to blow it up. So he started doing that by himself, and he can do it all by himself. And we were like, hold on, maybe we could put this all together. And so I went to the batting cage that I showed you up there where you go up into the field, and there's fake balls that are right there. And so I grabbed a fake ball and I said, well, let me explain to you how to do it before we go to do it. And we were waiting on some dude making coffee. So I went over into the little net and I kicked one and got it up and going, and I started kicking it up in the corner of the net over and over again. And I said, well, all you got to do is do this and blah, 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 da, 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 and started talking about it. But the whole time I was doing, I was still kicking it. And even the fake ball exploded. And everybody was like, what? And I said, shh, 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 oh my God, somebody go get another ball and kick it to me. So they got another ball, kick it to me, we did it, and boom, it exploded too. And we're like, hey, this anything goes. So we started getting all the balls from the ball court and throwing them over the shoulder and doing that, right? Well, meanwhile, I got tired of doing this after a while, and this is only a couple hours into it. We've got so many keys and everything. We're going to take a break for a second, grab some more coffee. And we're farming it like crazy. And you go to where you can buy things at, and they said you could buy those fake balls. And I said, well, let me go ahead and get the whatever one, ball, I'll get one. So we went in there and we started to do it. I put it in my heads up, and then when everybody was throwing over the shoulder into the ball court with it, I threw that ball in, and it exploded too. So, now all of a sudden we've got that, and so all of a sudden I realized we don't have to be in the ball court. You can actually be under the bridge and still pull this off if everybody buys a Saha ball. So, hey, everybody stop now and go buy Saha balls and put it in. And then we realized that you could let them all loose at once if we counted it down 3, 2, 1 and release them. So we started doing that and releasing more balls than one. And the next thing you know, we were exploding balls like crazy. I mean, you can only do a few rounds, and there's so much crap around us. We have to stop. It starts lagging and things. And then we have some guy come up, and he goes, jumping around like crazy, acting a fool. And he goes, get me in party, get me in party, get me in party. And we told him, we're full. We've got a 5-man group. What's going on? He goes, y'all don't know how to do it. Blah, blah, blah. And he starts trying to bring up something like he knows something. And I said, dude, you were so 1.0. We're at 4.2 right now. Here's what you do. And we started explaining it to him, and he was literally going to throw up in his mouth. And he was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Well, we told everybody to be very quiet and quit telling everybody, but the next thing you know, people were twitching how to do this right out in the open with everybody, and they were posting down in the corner, free forever perpetual Saha ball, ask me how. And the company suddenly figured out, hey, there's something weird going on. And of course, all they had to do was go check it out, and there's people that are talking right out in the open and won't quit. And so Friday late afternoon, they made a patch and turned it all off, and it ruined it for everybody. But we were just thinking that, man, if it goes another hour or two, they're going to be off work, and this is going to go through the weekend, and we're all going to be rich, and I'm on a boat, I'm wearing sunglasses, I'm sipping champagne, and I've got enough brutal enchantments to choke a horse. I've got hundreds and hundreds of legendary attempts already, so let's try it. Well, I went through 380 something of them and didn't get one. And I thought, wow, the amount on this is a low fetch, huh? And so everybody started checking it, and out of literally over 100,000 attempts, there was like 3 in our whole guild alliance that got them. It got a legendary mount. And this was only days into it because of what had happened, and I was like, wow, and there's no way they knew that was going to happen and knock down the amount. So again, we've got that issue. But through the whole event, I decided to start doing the purple ones back and forth. I would do a purple and I would do a legendary back and forth. I ended up getting like 6 purple mounts, but I couldn't get a legendary. It was odd. And then I bought a stack of brutals and everything else. And of course, now dropping from the box, you get better ones than that and everything, and it makes it not worth it. But there for a little while, you could get 7 brutals, and you would build them up to 8s, 9s, and 10s and try to sell them and things like that. And another nightmare. So anyhow, yeah, here's the beautiful summer event. It's all set up and going like a garden. And the area there is pretty cool. I mean, it's extensive, and they made stuff into it. Of course, we all wish that there would be something new each year. You know, last year all they did was add you another snail if you didn't have it. Well, the year before that they added the snail because you didn't have it. The year before that it was just the horse that you could have gotten. This year, nothing new that anybody can find except for it doesn't even work. That's the new thing for this year. So you can look at the store here and see what you can get. And you can get bottomless water skins, endless decanters of water, or everlasting buckets too. Go around and splash your friends all the time. It's hilarious. I believe at one time that even affected bosses. Yeah, it staggered them because they got splashed, and everybody could do that after each other and stuff. And I think they kind of turned that off. So here's the water horse that you can get. It only takes 18 to get it. Blue ribbon pigs are 15. Won't ever get enough to get both. Got to make those choices. Well, you can't get to 21 now unless they're going to do something. Oh, here's something. Son of Sune. It's a new companion. It gives you 3,000 accuracy and 1,500 deflection, which I don't think you're going to use even on a tank, perhaps. Maybe a healadin, right? But if you have everything else in slot, that won't be ones that you'll have for a slot. But I'm wrong. But it takes 21 days, so you'll never get it. Oh wait, I get 1 per day, even if I don't make the Saha ball. Oh, there's a chance, because it goes on for 21 days here, or whatever. Yeah, it goes on for like a week and a half, and then it goes into the height of the summer festival, and where you even get more blossoms. It's all it really is. But here's all the weapon set and the things, and the chef's white, and the chef's hat, and the chef's things that you can wear. Some people wear that eventually. I stand corrected. See that little golden ball right there? That's going to be your new companion if you get it from that of here. Of course, no one wants to use that companion. There are 16 that are better in every person's guise. And let's see, is this... It doesn't say. It says it comes out of a companion pack. That's odd. So that's the only place that you get it. But I wonder if it's a actual one, or if it's like the ion stones and stuff. If it's ion stones, it might even be usable by somebody. But if it's not, the way they've got it set up right now, no one's doing the other unless you're doing the Zuna or something as an attack. If you do that, you have to gear everything on your back end to do so, only to get about 95% of where you could have got anyhow with the other way. And so that's still somewhat of an issue. I know I'm giving some Debbie Downer version of it, but it's kind of sad when you start off one of these events and you can't even do the special thing. It's like when you go to Six Flags and lo and behold, all the rides that you wanted to ride are all kicked off, and all you get to watch are the kiddie rides. Yeah, Teacup Palace is going hard, but Batman's Big Roller Coaster Adventure is not available. Anyhow, guys, not to go off too much about it, I find, oh, down there in the left-hand corner, they're selling Zen again. Yeah, it's gotten to where it can be so cheap. So we're going to hope and pray that somehow, whenever I talk to her tomorrow, she's going to say something like, "I'm so sorry, here's your free Saha ball." Or maybe the LGBTQ XRT guy over here, that he's always looking for more flax. This guy here will somehow have it, or you'll be able to double it up. If not, there will be people that will be extremely pissed, and then probably somewhere in the event they'll try to do something to make up for it, whenever all they really had to do was check out their crap. Odd thing to everybody involved in this is they can't understand how it possibly could have changed in any way unless someone manipulated something. And if they did and wrote something in that would say, you no longer have their one, but you get a new one, then they could have easily written it in there to where no matter what, you could have gotten one. And there's the one in your professions deal too that you could always get, so there's not a question. But once you have one, you can't get another one because a did. Well, that's the way it's always been, so how did it get ruined now? No one knows. But it sure happened coming into the weekend, didn't it? We can only pray that someone has to fix this on the side. Maybe if they quit screwing up on Thursday, somebody wouldn't have to work on Saturday to try to fix things that's ruining their game. Because so many people came back for this big summer event where you get all these discounts and you can get all this stuff, and they came back to a broken game again, guys. Kind of dropped the Saha ball on that one, huh? Yeah. Anyhow, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy, and we'll get on to more Neverwinter Tales.